What's up? Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm a couple seconds late here. There's this new beta test they're doing here on the system, and it's like messing up all of my flow. Anyway, hello. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a good Monday and Tuesday so far. Oof. Welcome to The Next Show Will Be Better. I'm going to warn you all, I am extremely tired today, so I'm going to be super giddy, and I have a very loose plan. So we're going to see how this goes. But anyway, thank you all for joining me. If you are a new member, if you're new to the channel and this is the first time that you're at the live show, welcome, and thank you so much for taking a chance on us. If you are a returning member, as always, thank you for being here and thank you for your continued support. Love you all. Today is going to be a fun one. So we had a lot of fun last week. If you guys missed it, make sure you go and check out the replay after the show, obviously. Make sure you go and check out the replay. We had a special guest. It's our first collab, and it was with none other than TJ Works in Progress. And it was a really fun discussion. We had other things planned, but I got so caught up in our discussions and stuff that it was a whole big long interview basically between me and TJ, but it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot of stuff. She's extremely knowledgeable, especially about history of Liverpool and things like that. So I recommend you guys go check that out after the show, at like 9:30 when we're done. Okay. So what do we got planned today? Oh, we are going to see where I've been, because we haven't done that in a couple weeks. And we are going to do some British stand-up comedy. We're going to react to some of the stuff that you guys, in the order that you guys chose. And then we're going to have some bonus content. So the reason it'll be bonus content is because you guys that are here live are going to see me react to some other like funny comedy stuff, but I'm not going to include it in the replay. I'm going to hold it back as special bonus content. I'm not sure if I'm going, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually make it members only content. So if you guys want to become a member of the channel, if you have the means to, of course, make sure that you click the join button below the video if you're watching this on YouTube and become a member. It is £2.99 a month if you are able to afford that. So you get some emojis, you get bonus content, all kinds of goodies, but most importantly, £1 of every membership fee goes towards the Royal British Legion. That's on top of the monthly donation that we already make. So we have 2 members. Woohoo! Shout out to D. Scott and Disco, and appreciate it. So make sure you check that out. If you have any if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. I'll get you more details. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. That would be great too. But I appreciate you being here regardless. All right. Let's check in and see what's up. Falco, hello. Good evening. Good evening, Manny. Good to see you. Hello, Disco. Thank you, as always, for being here. Shout out to Disco for helping us moderate tonight. And always, he does a fantastic job. Hello, Emojin. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Woohoo. Hello, Lorena. Thank you for being here. Hello, TJ. What's up, Manny? Roy Cousins, thank you for joining. We got everyone in the house tonight. Lorena says, I forgot the U.S. just had daylight savings time, so I couldn't figure out why you weren't on an hour ago. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that too. Somebody posted something on that. I remember, and I was like, oh yeah. I always forget that it's different, that there's like a difference between the US one and UK one. It's like a month or something. Anyways, I think ours is in a couple weeks, right? You Brits can help me out. But yeah, you're right, Lorena. The clocks did spring ahead, didn't they? How you handling that? Hi, yes. Yes, TJ, thank you. We hit 7,000 subscribers over the weekend. I wasn't going to say anything, to be honest with you, because it's only a few subscribers over 7,000, and sometimes it fluctuates, right? So I wasn't going to say anything, but since you brought it up, all right, I'll brag a little bit. It's over 7,000. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I'm still in awe, but I am very, very grateful. Oh, Manny says, I'll be at 10K in no time. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. Maybe by the end of the year. I keep setting goals for the end of the year, and we keep hitting them. So hopefully we can get there by the end of the year. Hi, Piper. Thank you for joining. Yes. Just a second. Disco, please hit that like button for me. It does so much for the algorithm. You have no idea. It's so easy. It's so quick. And it actually does do a ton of legwork for us. Manny says, I'm going to join because we're a crazy bunch. And I'm so glad a portion of the membership goes towards the Royal British Legion. Oh, thank you, Manny. I appreciate that. Look, I'm going to be completely honest with y'all because y'all are my crew. I could be doing a lot better financially, and we could have a lot more stuff going on with this channel if I didn't do the donation. However, the donation is really important to me. It's really, really important to me. So I'm willing to sacrifice some things in order to keep that going. It is very important to me. You guys, I mean, you all have been here for a while, so you know the story, but just in case for someone who doesn't, my dad was a veteran in the U.S. Army. I have ties to veterans here, people who fought in World War II specifically, and it's just something that I've grown up honoring veterans and honoring those who served and trying to do whatever I can to help those who've served, especially if they're in a rough time. And it's difficult for me to donate overseas. I do it, but it's very, very difficult. I do it for my own, spending money and stuff. But I wanted to give back to Britain as well because it's just, y'all have invited me in. You didn't really invite me in. I kind of just landed. But y'all welcomed me here with open arms, and you've been really, really great and gracious to me overall. So I definitely want to give back, and I couldn't think of a better charity to give back to, honestly. And it's not just that we make a monthly donation. Actually, the Hickson Diaries is an official partner with the Royal British Legion. So I'm trying to think of some fundraising things that we could do behind the scenes. I'm working on that. But I do appreciate if you'd like to join. If you have the means, of course, please. If you don't, please don't worry about it. It's not obligatory in any way. The rest of the format's not going to change, just that there'll be a little bit of bonus content, and if you get access to a few other goodies, and you get priority reply to comments because, I'm really behind on comments all the time. But you'll get some stuff like that. But if you can't do it, I totally understand. I appreciate you being here regardless. TJ, don't go. No, don't go. Okay, so the British time change is at the end of the month, right? I knew it was like a month away. Yeah, like the Mother's Day is different as well. Father's Day is the same. Mother's Day is different. I'm fucking stupid. Anyways. Spring ahead sucks because it's too dark in the mornings. I'll be okay in a week. I thought it gets lighter in the mornings. It's definitely lighter at the end of the day, right? I don't know. It's pretty light when I leave now from work as compared to when I left my old job, when it was like basically the sun was setting as I was leaving. But I have a shorter walk as well. Thank you for the congratulations, Lorena. Thank you for the congratulations, Piper. Lorena says, oh, your husband and your brother-in-law are RAF veterans. Thank you, and thank them for their service. Again, I know that's not really a thing you do here in Britain, but it's something I was raised to do, and I can't not say it. So I have been better about going up to veterans because I always got a very awkward, uncomfortable thing with British veterans when I went up to them to shake their hand. But I at least say it when I can. Hi, Glenn. Thank you for joining. And she says that, sorry, they say, I shouldn't assume anything. The Salvation Army and the RBL do more than the government for veterans in need. It's very much the case in America as well, I think. So let's support as much as we can, y'all. All right. I know, I misspoke. I knew I wasn't invited. I definitely just landed on y'all, but could be worse. I'm not unattractive. And Manny, oh, thank you. Manny held his word. Thank you. Congratulations to our new member, Manny. Thank you. So it's the Mandyverse Collective. But I gotta admit, I'm kind of souring on that name for the members. So if you guys have a better one, let me know. It's a pleasure to have you as a member, Manny. Thank you so much. Falco, yeah, Falco's an RAF veteran as well. Disco, thank you so much for the generous super chat. And Piper starts things off with, how would the first day of your job go? It was, well, I mean, the first day, I consider today the first day, because the very first day, you're really like doing the HR introduction stuff, and there's a bunch of videos you got to watch and all that crap, right? So that was like my first day, and you get introduced to everybody that I'll never remember their names. I'll have to get introduced again at some point, site tour, all that stuff. So yesterday was kind of a wash, which it usually is. But today, I actually had a bunch of training. And I kind of got to an idea of what like my daily routine would be like. It's definitely less hectic than the other place. The people seem much nicer, but they do seem a little bit nosy. But I did set my boundary of I want to be private, and I don't want to really get too personal with people at work. And I enforced it. I'm a little bit proud of myself for that because that was hard for me. And yeah, the commute's nicer. It's much nicer because it's a shorter walk. And I'm on the train. It's the same timeline. So I work the same hours. So I'm like, I have to leave at the same time and I get home at the same time. But I'm on the train for like 20 minutes instead of like 10 minutes. So it's less walking. Like the walk to the train station in the morning, obviously, is the same. But then the walk from the train station to the office is not. It's much shorter, and it's much like just more direct. It's flatter. It's it's just easier. And it's not too far from the center of town. So of that town. So like I could conceivably like grab something on my way home if I needed it or something. It's just a little bit more access. It's not as remote. That's nice. And also the hours it's less hours. So that's going to be nice. And they work it out for flex time. So if you work extra time, like half of your lunch, or you stay a little bit late for a project, then you can leave early on Fridays. So I haven't done that part yet, but I plan on it. And I'll let you know how that goes. So overall, so far, 2 days in, decent vibes. We'll see. It's still early, so jury's still out, but decent vibes. Just want something that's going to be non-exhausting and where I can come home and focus on the important things like my self-care, my family, this and you guys, and having a life. You know what I mean? The other job was just so toxic and so consuming that I just didn't want to do anything when I came home. I was so tired and exhausted. I didn't want to be bothered with anybody or anything. And it was bad. So I just don't want to be in that state any longer. I understand I have to work. I've accepted it for now. But I'm also very excited that to just have a new chapter and just see what this chapter happens. I'm trying not to put too many eggs in the basket and just see what I can do with it. Manny used to volunteer to help. I used to help as a volunteer with the RBL every year doing the poppies at the Glades, Bromley. I did this from 2005, 2010. My dad used to sell poppies every year as well. He was very involved in his Veterans Association. So that's not surprising. But TJ said their first day was so long ago. I know. You've been at your job a long time. I wouldn't mind being at my job for a long time if it was lucrative and didn't monopolize my life. But I'm going to be honest, I've had maybe one job that was like that. And that was when I worked from home. So it's really difficult for me to I don't like getting up in the morning. I don't like wearing makeup all the time. I'm not a morning person. I don't even wake up till 10. So the first hour and a half I'm at work, I'm like, I barely know what I'm doing. It's just all routine. But anyways. Yeah, you're right. I know they're going to be curious, but some of the questions were a little invasive, in my opinion, for someone that you just met. So, and there's one person that I don't think they mean it, but they're a little pushy. I think it's just a personality thing. So I just need to be careful because I have a tendency where I'm a people pleaser. So I tend to get caught up in just wanting to make everybody happy rather than doing really what's better for me in the long run. So I want to set the boundaries early and just stick to the boundaries. And I'm happy to loosen the boundaries as time goes on and I get more comfortable, but I'd rather start tight and then loosen up than the other way around, because the other way around definitely wasn't working. So I'm not sure what you mean, Disco. Not so. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's not that cold there. We're actually on the second floor of a warehouse, so it's pretty hot, to be honest with you. TJ, you have a life. We had a whole conversation. Don't even try to act like that. You've never worn makeup to work? That was smart. My thing is, I like wearing makeup actually, but I like to do it for me instead of feeling like I have to. But because I'm so not a morning person and I'm half asleep, I look awful. So anyways, I'm just much more of an evening night person. I really need to figure out a schedule that's better for me. So Piper says, when I was working at a heritage site in the Tower of London, I had to wake up at 5 a.m. or 5:30 and I got home around 7. Sometimes if the trains are being stupid, 9. I like the roles so that was different to you, but yeah, it's very consuming. I agree. It is just it's just that's a long ass day though. But you had to go into London and all that stuff. I can't be doing any of that anymore. I just can't. I don't want my work to be my entire life unless it's something that I really love and enjoy. And I don't really love and enjoy purchasing. I don't mind it, but it's just a means to an end because I need the money, right? And I'm decent at it. So anyway, you can give me some lessons in not people pleasing. You might need to, and you might need to charge because it might be a while. Anyways, all right. So let's get on with the show. So I don't know if you all saw my post to figure out where I've been, but it was a tough one this time. It was tough. Are you ready? We got it? Does anyone know? Anyone? Anyone know the effects? Yeah, I did not. Yeah, it's pretty obvious, right? So this was Fawlty Towers, but it was the set of the live show, which was really fun. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. There was basically like 3 or 4 episodes, like all into one as a show. But the cool part about it was they actually had the office set in the lobby, and you could like get behind it and take pictures and stuff like that. And that was really fun. But I didn't have any pictures without the child in it. She wouldn't let me post any. I was gonna put one of those up because I thought that'd be more fun. But she wouldn't let me post any, and she was in all of them. I could have just like blocked her face out or something, but she was being a little about it. So I try to respect people's privacy. So you all got the set instead. It was fun though. And why was it fun? Because it was my favorite. It is my favorite British comedy. And it was the first time that the child had ever seen Fawlty Towers. Loved it. So that was cool to be able to pass that on. And plus, we got to go into London and see a show. So it was a great day. It was a very great day. So yeah, that one was pretty obvious. But I thought it was a good way to kick off having some fun and having some comedy today. We've had a bunch of crappy news happen over the last few weeks and a bunch of not so great moods. So let's change it up, man. Let's do something different. That was my thought process. Let's have some fun and let's do some British comedy. All right, TJ, it is my favorite British comedy. Yes, because it's hilarious. It didn't overstay its welcome. It's simple, but clever at the same time. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. You could try, but I guarantee you will not succeed. All right, I've seen a little bit of the IT Crowd, and I did like it, but I didn't get super into it. Outnumbered, I don't know. Oh, TJ. You know what? I would expect that from someone who also thinks the Beatles are the same. So, but hey. I like My Family. My Family was fun. I liked that one. All right, where are we? Who is our first one, you guys? Who is I don't have this ready to get pulled up here, but who won the poll? Who's the first one y'all want to see? Let me see. Al Murray, God is British. That's the first one you all see. Thank you, Piper. You're absolutely right. She is wrong. Thank you. You, me, Piper. Thank you, Disco. Disco's like my honorary producer as well. I do need a producer, to be completely honest with you. All right. So these are all British stand-up comedians. We're gonna watch them in order that you guys chose the order. And I've not seen any of these clips. Though I have seen some of these comedians, I have not seen any of these clips. So these are all raw for me. And yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys think as well. All right, first one up. Al Murray. God is British. Let's see.
Times, yeah. I mean, a little Mike here, running wild.
Have you financed a car with Close Brothers Motonovo or Black Horse from 2007? They could
What the hell? Oh, don't do this to me, YouTube.
Quick joke for you. What did the Forex trader, dropshipper, and social media marketer all have in common? The answer?
We live in difficult times, yeah. I mean, a little Mike here, running wild, disrespecting me, giving me fucking lip the whole time, in front of his bitches. And I, sorry lads, and I ask myself, do you even believe there's a God, son? Do you believe there's a God? Of course you don't. You do, don't you, Pops? Well, it's time to make your mind up anyway. The point is... The decision's in order, old man. The point is... Not long now. The truth is... It's obvious there's a fucking God. Not only that, it's obvious that he's British. Right? That's why we don't...
I don't know. I think God might be a woman and might be American. Just saying. Just saying.
Of course he is. That's why we don't have earthquakes in this country. So you don't sit in your own doorstep, do you? Now, the point is... Jesus was born in Bethnal Green. Come on, it's all there.
Oh, love it.
Judge a man by the company he keeps, hanging around with a bunch of blokes called Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Pete, Steve, Alan, Jeff, Nigel. No one knows where Barnabas was from. I reckon he was a plasterer brought in from Poland for just one job. Because he was quick and clean and cleaned up after himself, did a better job than the others for less money, but then he stuck around, hung around. Anyway, old story. Point is, and Jesus is a great bloke. He threw a fantastic party, didn't he? That Last Supper is the greatest stag night of all history. Except it wasn't really a stag night because he was going to die the following day rather than get married. But to a man's close friends, it's pretty much the same deal. Yeah, big church service, a lot of speeches about what a great bloke he used to be, and you never see the fucker again because his life is over, it's ended, it's finished. Now, the point is... And the Last Supper's a top night. Jesus gets up, I love you, lads, like I love yourself, have a pint, some crisps on me. All that kind of blah, blah. Normal, regular bloke, blah, blah. Beautiful, yeah? But then at the end of the evening, the bill arrives. This is why it all went wrong. The bill arrives, yeah? And Luke goes, well, look, I'm not putting in the same as the others. I didn't have any pudding. Piss off. I'm not... Come off it. Then Thomas gets hold of the bill, doesn't believe a word of it, says it's from another table. Barnabas had a whole bottle of red wine to himself and didn't tell anyone. They're arguing about whether he's from Lithuania or Estonia. They don't know what's going on. Judas gets up and goes, look, I'm flush. I'll get it. Leave it to me. It's on me. Guilty conscience, of course. Jesus knew Judas was going to betray him, didn't he? Because the clue's in the fucking name. It's obvious, isn't it? Bloke called Judas is going to stitch you up, isn't he? Brian, you got any mates called Judas? Of course not. You don't fucking trust him. Now, the point is...
Oh, I thought it was a little bit longer, but that was good. All right, Al Murray's quickly becoming one of my favorite stand-up comedians. He's really clever. It's really funny. I love it. D. Scott, thank you for joining. You've seen him live. Piper, I will definitely do an outnumbered clip. I will put it on my list. You've seen him live? See, I think a good comedian is someone who could do crowd work well, because a lot of people will only resort to crowd work in like a pinch, like when they've lost the audience, right? And they're trying to get the audience into it somehow. But there are a few comedians that I've seen that just do crowd work all the time or incorporate it like Al Murray does. And it's really, really good. It's really well done. And it's off the cuff. So it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like the same as when you hear a singer sing live, right? Or sing a cappella, or just sing without like warm up or band around them or anything, because it shows that they're really talented or not. Shows the true art, in my opinion. So I think that that's a similar gauge for comedians. No, see, Manny. Now I don't even want you to be a member anymore. I'm out. I can't. You put Only Fools and Horses of all of the freaking comedies that you could choose from. You put that shit above Fawlty Towers. No, you gotta go. You gotta go. I can't. Pfft. You used to be a good guy, Manny. We used to, like we were tight. What the hell? Guys, back me up, please. Can you all back me up on this? God is American. God's American. God, look, Jesus was born in Utah, you guys. Didn't you read the Book of Mormon? He was born in Utah. He had like 12 wives or whatever they do over there. I can't. Oh. Not an Al Murray fan emoji. Interesting. Okay. He remembers all of the names in the front row and then calls them back. Smart. See what I mean? I think that's really smart. I like that. Oh no. Lorena, you should watch Fawlty Towers and you let me know what you think. Send me an email and let me know. Oh, thank you, Glenn. Yes, it is painful to watch. It literally makes me upset. Like, I get really angry that they're so mean to each other. It drives me crazy. Oh, thank you. You know what's funny is I haven't seen, it's Carl, not Kyle, just FYI, but I haven't seen, Emojin. Jeez, another one. I got you, Piper. The Ricky Gervais Carl Pilkington. I hadn't seen Carl Pilkington's like in a really long time, and I hadn't seen that clip at all. So I was really excited to see it, and I was a little bit nervous because I remember really liking the Carl Pilkington stuff. When I saw An Idiot Abroad, I really liked it. I thought it was really funny, and I thought that was really well done, that whole thing. But I was nervous that I was maybe like building it up in my mind. But okay, I know Keeping Up Appearances, that kind of annoyed me as well, to be honest. And you did give me that recommendation, One Foot in the Grave Disco, and I do have it on my list. So okay, so the next one on the list is Going Out Out, which I have heard is a classic, apparently. But I have also been told ahead of time that this man sounds like my partner. So I'm going to have to see if I can judge that. So I don't know if I've ever seen a clip of him, to be honest. So, all right, let's go. Going Out Out by Micky Flanagan.
And you seem like a nice couple there, with hands all over each other. You holding onto his hand?
Get a free health MOT for over 40s.
I have to get an ad blocker, y'all.
Announced a car with.
Sam's not here. Sam usually knows how to do this shit. I'll have to reach out to him. All right. We're going to do this every time now. I'm in a good mood, YouTube. Don't F it up.
Turn your pastime into your full-time.
And you seem like a nice couple there, with hands all over each other. You holding onto his hand? Yeah, is he straight? How long have you been married? Or are you married? Or I should never assume. This is Southend. Anything. You're just a couple? Fantastic. How long has it been? Couple of years. Have you called each other a cunt yet? Because if you've not, you're running out of time, to be honest with you.
You can't get away with that shit in America. You can't get away with that word at all. It's not my favorite word still. But I I understand that it's part of the culture in some areas here, but you definitely couldn't. I don't think you could get away even with a joke about that word. So it still catches me off guard.
Do you live together? Do you live together? No, of course they call each other. Can't they? Pops for the midweek match, didn't he, eh? User. So, how did you meet, if you don't mind me asking?
Out.
Out. All right. Were you out or were you out? Because if you were just out, I like your work. But if you're out, fair enough. Because we've got different levels of being out. I don't know if you know. You can pop out to go to the shops, count the bits. That's the way I pop out. You can do whatever way you like. You bump into a mate, he says, let's have a quick one. Come on, cheeky pint. Well, only a quick one. I'm double busy. 5 hours later, you're still in the pub, talking nonsense, getting a bit tanked up. The evening people come in. We're going out properly. They say, you're coming out with us? So, boom. I can't come out. I didn't even come out. Hey, look you squarely in the eye and I don't want to hear it. They say, look, you popped out. You've ended up out. You might as well come out. And you look them in the eye. You know what? I'm coming out. 5 hours later, you're in some nightclub. Out of your nut. You don't know what day it is. But you've got a crazy story. You walk up to people, listen. I didn't even come out. I popped out. Now look at me. I'm out. The reason you tell them this long-winded story, because you're standing there in your carpet slippers, a pint of milk and a cut loaf. Yeah. Thank you, people. Very nice of you.
Oh, that was good. Oh, I like him. Oh, that was funny. I don't think he sounds like my partner though. I don't know why people told me that, but hey. My wife calls me Victor Meldrew. Who's Victor Meldrew? Is that from one of the shows that you guys are talking about? Probably. Hey, Maxwell. Yes, I have reacted to that one already. Check it out. You know what? If you want on the replay, I'll put it in the description box below. You can check it out. The 3 episodes of Fawlty Towers that always have me in stitches is the one where Basil hits his car with a tree branch. The Germans classic, and the one where the guest dies in the hotel and the builders. I like the fire alarm one. And is that the same one where the wife gets the surgery on her toe? I think it is, but I can't remember. Yeah, it is 4, but that's okay. Don't worry about it, Manny. No one's really counting. Flowery, they would change it every week. You're right. It was really good. I love it. It's a term of endearment in Scotland. I know people who've used it as a term of endearment even here, but it's a very, very awful word for women in America. So You know what? I can compile a top 10 list from Only Fools and Horses. The top 10 reasons it sucks. Would you like me to do that for you, Mick? Is it just because he's a Cockney? That might be why people think. I didn't think he sounded too much like my partner, though, to be honest. Maybe if I watch him a little bit more. Jasper Carrot. I don't know that one. I will make a note of that one as well. Victor Meldrew is from Only One Foot in the Grave. Got you. And that's who you are, Disco? I will definitely watch that. Let's find out. Lee Evans is fantastic. Lee Evans is great. I've watched Lee Evans in America. He's fantastic. You're right. I agree with you. Okay. Yeah, it probably will. Honestly, most of this will probably get blocked, but that's okay. That's why I don't mind doing them so much on the lives. They're better about it on the lives than they are when you just react, to be honest. Okay, Sarah Millican, English to American. That's the next one. Are we ready? I'm so good at this. I should go pro. Yes. Here we go.
When I said Myra Hindley, you think Ted Bundy. That's your...
Wait, don't skip this ad.
Don't skip this ad. Wait, don't skip this ad. And then we have to refresh it because YouTube's being a...
Have you financed a car with Close Brothers Motonovo or...
Oh my God, y'all. It's driving me crazy.
You think Ted Bundy. That's your...
Okay.
When I said Myra Hindley, you think Ted Bundy. That's your equivalent. In the UK, Iceland is the name of a freezer shop. That'll make more sense later on. An optician is an eye doctor. You got that. You know that, don't you? Scrape and polish at the dentist is what you guys would call a tooth cleaning. I feel like ours sounds more abrasive and a little bit harsher than yours does. Oh, there's a bit about Richard and Judy. Don't worry about it. Just skip over it. If you're that bothered, Google it. When I say ma'am, you say mom. That sounded like mom. No. I would call my mother my ma'am. Sometimes people mishear and think I'm saying man, which is a very different relationship. I call this my fanny, which blows your fucking minds because it's a very different thing to you guys. At the end of the show, some of you will be a bit more confused about your holes than you were when you started watching the show. And some of you, because of me, later on will accidentally have anal sex because of me, and I can only apologize. Some of you will have it intentionally. I understand how these things work. But for those of you who's an accident, I'm sorry or you're welcome, depending on how it goes. The hedgehog at a kids' party in the UK is a very British thing. It is an orange that is stuck with a lot of cocktail sticks, on the end of which is either a pickled onion, a cube of cheese, generic cheese, a bit of hot dog. If you're posh, a little bit of pineapple. We never had pineapple. And I think it's a sign of how terrible British food is that we have to disguise it as a delightful woodland creature to get it into our children.
Wait, what is that? What is that called?
I think it's a sign of how terrible. It's a pickled onion that is stuck with a lot of cocktail sticks.
So it's an orange with like toothpicks, right? With all this shit hanging out of it. You put like a hot dog on it? And people just eat it? Why put it in an orange? Why not just put it on a tray? Like, this is a serious question and I'm asking you. I know it's supposed to be comedy. I don't get that. Why just put it on a tray?
When I say chips, you know, I mean your French fries. Yes, good. Okay. I have to tell you, actually, when I was in LA on this tour, I ordered, was tired. I ordered a room service menu. You might have seen it on my social media. I ordered burger and chips, and they all laughed in the kitchen. I'm sure they did. And they brought up a burger and a bag of crisps. And it's probably one of the 3 saddest things I've ever experienced.
Yeah, there's like that's happened to my partner actually, where he's ordered a burger or like a sandwich and chips, and they give you the bag of chips instead of fries because he's not paying attention either. And I actually get questioned now if I'm talking about crisps or I'm talking about fries sometimes because I'm American and I think they don't know whether or not I know what I'm talking about. I'll say, I want chips, and they'll be like, wait, are you looking for actual chips, like French fries chips, or are you looking for crisps? So I think they don't think I know what I'm doing, which is a pretty safe bet, to be honest, most occasions.
Lodger is a tenant, you get that. Nightie is a night dress, not just worn by grandmas, also worn by 47-year-old sexy women. You know that is. Asda is a standard supermarket. Dungarees are overalls. Thrush is a yeast infection. Piles are hemorrhoids. This is a lot more medical at the moment than I was expecting it to be. Teddy bear ham is just like cooked sandwich ham that is in the shape of a teddy bear. I think it's quite a British thing. Again.
Wait, you have ham in the shape of a teddy bear? Wait, I'm sorry. I gotta look this up. Never saw this, never heard of this. Holy shit. You really do have ham in the shape of a fucking teddy bear. Hold up. This is for the Americans. The shit is real. Is it a television show? It must be for the television show, right? That shit is crazy. All right. I suppose it's like having like Mickey Mouse ham or something like that, but okay. Okay. Let us continue. New one on me. Let's go. Whew.
Tempting children. I mean, by their parents, that sounded different. The Madonna bit has a lot of UK references and basically saying spare a thought for those who aren't allowed to get old, such as Madonna, because I, for one, can't wait to let myself go a bit more. Sanitary towels or pads doesn't mean they're the size of a towel, although some of them are, thank God. Moon cup, we call it a moon cup, you call it a diva cup. My husband doesn't know really what they are. Every time he gets mine out of the dishwasher, he puts it in the cupboard with all the other shot glasses. Grazia is a woman's magazine like Cosmopolitan. Varifocals are trifocals. A careers advisor is a guidance counsellor. Smear test, pap smear. Pap smear sounds like somebody's jumping out of the bushes to take a photo of your smear bush. Car jack is a tire jack, I think, to you guys. You're intrigued by some of these. You're going to look forward to these popping up in. Maybe it could be a drinking game. Every time a reference that you remember pops up, you have a little drink. Two stone is £28. And the woof section is.
Tombstone is £28. Is that what you call £28? Or tombstone, like they're talking about an actual tombstone costs £28? All right, this is confusing me more than it is helping me, and it's not as funny as I thought it would be, but it's informative to me. What is she talking about? A tombstone is £28, you guys. I don't understand that. Please let me know.
In Asda supermarket is your clearance section. Yours makes a lot more sense. I don't know why ours is like, whoops, about to eat something that's nearly off. A pebble dashed. You're going to enjoy this. Is what people used to do at the houses in the 70s, but in this instance, replace it with my arse just exploded. Just if you could drop that in when you're watching the show. Courgette is zucchini. A&E is the emergency room. And you know that when I say biscuits, I mean your cookies. You know that, don't you? I don't mean the abomination that you call biscuits.
Oh, no. American biscuits are fucking amazing. Lorena, back me up on this. American biscuits are awesome.
I mean, I love a lot of your food, but what the fuck is that? I once ordered biscuits and gravy in the US, And I thought, I like biscuits, I like gravy. This could be incredible. You know, this could change my life. And what arrived was one thing that was so dry, it removed all of the moisture from my system and I did not piss for 2 days. The other thing, I'm sorry, it's not gravy, it's jizz. I'm sorry to have to tell you, but it's definitely jizz. Now,
I heard people say it looks like puke, to be honest with you, but jizz is a new one on me.
hope you can slot those in as you go
It fucking is delicious, though, you guys.
along. Thanks for watching. You know, it'd be
No, it's delicious. Don't let you guys gotta do biscuits and gravy. I'm telling you, it's delicious. It's delicious. I don't know what the tombstone she said tombstone, like on your grave. That confused me more than was funny. So thank you, Lorena. That's my girl. Yes, biscuits and gravy is fantastic, and I miss it. I miss American biscuits so much. Although Yorkshire puddings are incredible. Excuse me. I have to admit, Yorkshire puddings are the bomb, but I do miss my biscuits and gravy. I love them. I love it. Oh, you got to have them, guys, if you can. I don't think there's a place here that would do them, and I wouldn't trust a place that does them here. It's probably not exactly what you want. What you want to do is go, if you ever go to America, if you ever want to go to America, again, hopefully this stuff will still be around when you get there, and you want to go to like the Southeast area, not Florida, but Southeast, other Southern areas, Carolinas, Georgia, Alabama, those places, and have an order biscuits and gravy for breakfast. I'm telling you. Fucking banging. All right. The last one on our list is Dara O'Brien. What British people think of Americans? Let's see how this goes.
It is like whatever. Of the Irish people, where are the Irish people again?
This year is all about self-care, so I visited Boots for a free health MOT. The pharmacist.
What is up with YouTube today? It's making me nuts. We never have this many ads, y'all.
Oh, if it is like whatever. Of the Irish people, where are the Irish people again? Who's the most recent immigrant among you? Let's go back. Who's only been out of the... How long are you out of the country, sir? 2 weeks. That's pretty recent as an immigrant, it has to be fair, right? The thing about Ireland is a bit of cash. We've changed. We've changed. Oh, this is our favourite line about ourselves. 2 weeks, you can never go back. You won't recognise the place when you go back. It's changed. Those 2 weeks, the country's gone so much different. You wouldn't recognise it. You can never go back. We're loving this about ourselves because we finally got a bit of cash in our pockets, and we love the notion, we're not the same place we were. We've lost our soul, we've lost our spirit. We're exactly the same age as we always were, right? But with a bit of cash. There's no change. Well, there's one change in Ireland. Baguettes. There's a lot more baguettes in Ireland than there ever were when I was growing up there. Even in the 2 weeks since you left, my friend, the place has gone baguette crazy. You can't move for baguette. When I was there, a sandwich was a sandwich. Bit of bread, bit of ham, bit of cheese. Here's another bit of bread. That's a sandwich. Now it's feckin' baguettes in every direction. But I'll say this for the Irish. We do baguettes in a way that no French person has ever done baguettes. We have a unique take on the baguette that the French could only dream of. No French person in history has ever walked into a baguetteria, or whatever the hell the name of the shop is. What's the name of the place that sells baguettes? A baguette shop. Yeah, I meant in Paris. Le Shop des Baguettes. What's it called? It's called a boulangerie, of course it is. In fact, I know that. I just love getting people to shout out boulangerie in the middle of a gig because it's the sexiest kind of lingerie. What are you wearing tonight? My boulangerie. Oh, I love the way the tits light up. I know. No one has ever walked into a boulangerie and gone, je veux une baguette. And they've gone, tu veux une baguette? Nous sommes une boulangerie. Nous avons beaucoup de baguettes. Qu'est-ce que tu veux dans la baguette? Peut-être le jambon ou le fromage. No Parisian has ever gone, no, je veux pas le jambon, ni le fromage. Je veux un full Irish breakfast. Oui, avec les hash browns, beaucoup de hash browns. Et les baked beans aussi, beaucoup de baked beans, right? Now wrap it in cling film, I'll put it in the passenger seat of the car. Right, so. But the fact that in Ireland we went all the way from being stupid ones to being Nobel laureate, river dancing, chorus, whatever that we are at the moment, right? These tags are so arbitrary, they're so randomly assigned, whatever. And as a comedian, if you work for a while, you spot that there are just buttons you can press with regard to the peoples of the world, right? Because we basically, all of us have a list in our head of the countries we know, and we've one or two words beside to describe the people in them, right? Because we're busy people, we can't have fully formed impressions of all the people in the world, right? So it narrows down to a couple of very common phrases all the time. Right? My friends from California, you may wish to block your ears just for a tiny moment of this set, right? I'll give you an example. If I said to you, Americans, and what are they like as people? Americans are fat and stupid. Those are the two things. Every gig I do, fat and stupid. The French are arrogant and smelly. That's it. Every gig, let's say two words. The Dutch are stoned, right? That's that. It's harsh, but and clearly these things aren't true. But the joy of this thing is you can do that for a few different countries, right? But then it peters out quite dramatically when you get a little bit outside of Europe, right? Or outside the English-speaking. Face it, none of us as a crowd would go, Slovenia? Jesus, those feckers. Sure, they're, rampant and well-read. We don't have phrases for all these people. The Tongans are tall and well-mannered. We don't have phrases for all the countries of the world. There's loads of obscure countries in the world that we know nothing about, right? So feck it, we should just make shit up. Every 5 years in the UN, there should be a draw, like a giant bowl, like the FIFA draw, and the ambassador from a country. Name for me a very obscure country. Cork, right? Terribly obscure country, not legally based in anything, by the way. More obscure than that. Name me an obscure country. Swaziland, perfect example. The Swaziland ambassador has to walk down and rustles the paper up and holds it up, and it just says, shite at small talk. And then for the next 5 years, every time you hear about Swaziland, you go, jeez, they're shite at small talk. I met a lad from Swaziland. I said, how's your wife? He said, she's very dry. You mean she's a very dry sense of humour? That's not what I mean at all. Well, shite at small talk. And you can just make this stuff up, for God's sake. Another obscure country. Angola, perfect example. Who among us truly knows about the Angolans? Who among us has studied, has lived, has travelled? Who among us has seen from the passenger seat of a jet plane what the people of Angola are truly like? One man knows what the Angolans... I'm working up to you, by the way, here, Scott. He could describe for us in a couple of words the characteristic, not physical, personality traits, come up with a couple of ones now, that perfectly sum up the Angolans. Scott, in your wide-ranging RAF-based knowledge, the Angolans are...
Angry.
Angry and...
Violent.
Angry and violent. It's not a huge, broad spectrum of personality. Luckily, they combine their anger with a bit of violence, so it all works out well for them. Let's try one more. What did you say? Oh, Vanuatu. Very good. You're loving that, aren't you? You're very happy you shouted Vanuatu. People of Vanuatu are... Vacuous. Good answer. I like the way you're thinking here, right? Vacuous and... Unknown. The people of Vanuatu are vacuous and unknown. It's no surprise that they've remained so unknown, given that when you finally get to know them, there's nothing there. You should see them stuck on a lift with the Angolans. The Angolans are kicking off in a huge way. But the Vanuatu people have no opinion to offer in the situation. I know it's slow. I don't know. And you're kind of wondering, Dara, what's the point of this? The point of this is, in a week's time, there will be a news report where they say, and there's a situation brewing at the moment in Vanuatu. And you're going to go, those vacuous pricks.
Hi, this is Dara.
All right, that was a little bit misleading because it wasn't about Americans too much, but it was still funny. those were all recommended to me. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Yeah. Anyways. A biscuit is like a plain scone. No! No. It's not like a plain scone. It's buttery and it's soft in the middle and it's beautiful. Scones are dry and usually have crap in them. I mean, I know you said plain, but still, they usually have crap in them. Sorry, but it's the truth. Did the stream go down?